What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ian the Big Steez back here with another NBA 2K20 Myleague rebuild, and today we are tackling the Memphis Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies, as of this point in the season, are dead even. They're 28 wins, 28 losses. Their offensive defensive ratings are right in the middle of the pack. Ja Morant has been fantastic in his rookie year. He's the favorite at this point to win Rookie of the Year. At the same time, they're maybe going to be an 8 seed in the playoffs if they make it at all. So let's see if we can get them a championship. So before we get started, I just want to thank the 5 of you that are subscribed to my channel. If you aren't subscribed and you are watching this, please go ahead and subscribe. Let's get into it. So because we are past the trade deadline, we aren't really going to be able to do anything the rest of this season. We're just going to have to see how everything plays out with our rotation. So our lineup is looking like this. We got Ja Morant, Dillon Brooks, Justice Winslow, who we got in trade, that 3-team trade with the Heat, and I can't remember who else. Jaren Jackson Jr., who we're going to hope to keep around for a while. Valanciunas, and off the bench we've got Brandon Clark, who is actually shooting really well this season. He's shooting 62 from the field and 40 from 3, which is pretty insane. We are probably going to keep him for a very long time. What's his contract looking like? Oh, we got him for a long time. I'm not worried about him. Behind him we got Tyus Jones, DeAnthony Melton, Jordan Bell, and Gorgui Dieng. So I think our team is pretty solid. We'll just have to see how the rest of the season goes, and I will see you then. The regular season is over. Giannis obviously is your MVP. Our boy Ja Morant has won Rookie of the Year, which happens pretty much any time I do one of these. So it's not surprising. It's still pretty cool. Dennis Schroeder, 6-man. Kawhi, defensive. Most improved, Bam. And Nick Nurse of the Toronto Raptors is Coach of the Year. Looking at all NBA teams, we didn't have anybody on any of those. All rookie, obviously, Ja's up there along with Brandon Clark. What did his stats end up being for the rest of the season? Wow. He still ended up with 60% from the field and 40 from 3. This kid is going to be very, very special. He's going to be a very key piece for us going forward. I can definitely see it, especially shooting 13, getting 6 rebounds, assist and a half a game, and he was getting 24 minutes. So imagine what he'd do if he was a starter. We did not make the playoffs this year. We ended with a record of 38 and 44. So, I mean, we won 10 games to finish out the season. That's not great. So looking at our stats on the season, obviously we saw Ja, 19 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal per game on 50, 40, 78 splits. That's pretty solid from a rookie. Jaren Jackson Jr., almost 16 points a game, 4 rebounds, over an assist, a block and a half per game on 48, 39, 72. It's not too bad. Our scoring needs to go up. Jonas Valanciunas, 15.5 points a game, 10 rebounds, an assist and a half, 57 from the field. I know it's a big man, so it's kind of skewed, but that's still pretty great, especially with shooting 37 from 3. We need to do something about our free throw percentage, because looking at this, like, this guy didn't even shoot a free throw per game. He got minutes, but he didn't get a whole lot. We need to do something about our free throw shooting. And the Toronto Raptors are your finals champions. Kyle Lowry is your finals MVP. That is one that I have not seen before. He shot 54 from 3 and 49 from the field. 22 points a game. I mean, they're 1-5, so that's good enough for me. But anyways, let's get into the offseason. Coming into the draft lottery, our pick is going to the Celtics. So looks like we are not going to have a first round pick. Oh, wait, never mind. We jumped up to 4. I guess it was either top 5 or top 10 protected. So that's actually pretty sweet. We get a top 5 pick. We just got to figure out where we need the help. We are here at staff signings. Our entire staff is pretty much different except for our scout. We picked up Logan Smith as our CFO, Eli Best as our assistant GM. We picked up Jacob Underwood for our head coach because Taylor Perkins' contract was up this year. He's a grit and grind style coach, which if anybody that follows basketball knows, that's what the Grizzlies were known for, was the grit and grind offense. So we're going to see if getting back to that can give us success. We picked up Stephen Dawkins as our assistant coach. Jacob Daly was still here. And we picked up Sean Lee. He's got pretty good potential as a trainer. So hopefully we can get that extra training camp at the end of the off season. The draft is over, and with the 4th pick, we actually decided to pick up Theo Maledon. He's a combo guard from France. Decided to go with him instead of Wiseman because we do have Valanciunas for another 2 years. We also have Jackson Jr., who's also another good big up there, and he can also play center. But we didn't really have anyone to really go next to Ja aside from like Dylan Brooks. So this is kind of a depth signing. For the sake of depth on our roster, we are going to hold on to D'Anthony Melton and Jordan Bell. So we will extend their qualifying offers. Coming into free agency, we don't really have all that much money. Yeah, we definitely do not have a max spot. The most we'd be able to pay somebody is $10 million a year, so we'll just have to see who we could get for that amount of money. Alright, so seeing as we don't really have a whole lot of money, I'm going to go ahead and throw a deal at Andre Roberson. He's got pretty good perimeter D, and he's a moderately good scheme fit, so hopefully we can get him. Free agency is over, player progression time. Ja Morant is now an 86 overall, which is really nice. Triple J is now an 84. Valanciunas didn't really change much. His rebounding went up, which is awesome. Brandon Clark didn't go up a whole lot. Andre Roberson is now an 80 overall. Dylan Brooks didn't change. Our guy Theo Maledon, because I changed him to shooting guard, went up to a 79. Justice Winslow's a 78. D'Anthony Melton's a 77 now. And Gorgie Zhang got worse. Grayson Allen didn't change. We picked up this guy in free agency, Matthew Hurt. He's got pretty good stats. His inside scoring is a little below average. His three-point shot is awesome, and his defensive ratings are pretty dang good. His potential is kind of low, but I mean, we could throw him in the G League and see what that'll get us from him. Training camps, we have 2 of them. Untapped potential, obviously the first one is going to go to Theo Maledon. We want him to be as good as possible. And also, I'm just going to send free throw shooting to everybody because we sucked at free throw shooting last year. Like, our team average was god-awful. So hopefully that helps out. I will see you in a little bit with our rotation for season number 2. Our starting 5 for this year is as follows. Ja Morant, Theo Maledon, the rookie, is going to get his chance. Andre Roberson, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Jonas Valanciunas off the bench. We got Brandon Clark as the 6th man. We got Dylan Brooks, Justice Winslow, D'Anthony Melton, and Tyus. Never mind, no Tyus Jones. I guess we're only running a 9-man under our new coach, Jacob Underwood. Hopefully that works out for us. System proficiency, grit and grind is 3 stars. Is there anything that is more? 7 seconds is 3.5. So we might stick with grit and grind. No, we'll go 7 seconds. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the power rankings, and they have us at 9. That is very generous of them to have us above the Nets that have Kyrie and KD. But yeah, I will see you guys unless there's some crazy trade that pops up, which I doubt there will be. Season number 2 has come to a close, and of course, Giannis is your most valuable player of the season with a 63% field goal percentage. This man is ridiculous. Rookie of the Year goes to LaMelo Ball. Almost 23, 5 and 9. He shot 41 from 3 as a rookie, which is fantastic. Six man's Dennis Schroeder again. Kawhi's defensive player again. Kristaps is most improved. I've seen this one time before. 30 points a game, 12.5 rebounds. That's really good. Good for him. And Mike Budenholzer of the Milwaukee Bucks is your coach of the year. They were obviously the first in the East, probably the best in the entire league. Looking at all NBA teams, I do not believe, had anybody on any team aside from our boy Theo Maledon, who's now an 82 overall in his first year. Scored 18 points a game, 3 rebounds, almost 6 assists, almost a steal and a half on 46, 42, 72 splits. That's pretty solid. I will take that from my shooting guard position. And that is all of the awards. And we are we are the 2 seed. And we won 46 games. How bad was the West this year? So this is how bad the West was. The Clippers, who were first in the conference, won 57 games, which is respectable, but it's not really 1 seed territory. Us as the Grizzlies, we won 46 games and we were the 2 seed. The 3 seed and 4 seed both won 44 games. The 5 and 6 seed won 43. And there was a 4-way tie to be the last 2 seeds at 42 and 40. I do not know what happened in the league this year. Gonna go ahead and take a look at our player stats. Our boy Ja definitely made an improvement over last year, almost scoring 22 a game, 3.7 rebounds, 7.5 assists, almost a steal a night on 54, 45, and 83 splits. I told you we needed to get our free throw percentage up, and it was a definite improvement in our win totals from last year. Jaren Jackson Jr., 18 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, an assist and a half on 50, 40, and 78 splits. That's not bad. These numbers are good. These numbers are very good. The first round of the playoffs, we are taking on the Houston Rockets, who have the usual suspects. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Danuel House, Robert Covington is starting at the 4. He's 6'7", so that's kind of on par with what the Rockets do. And they have Isaiah Hartenstein. Off the bench, they have RHJ, Dion Waiters, Eric Gordon, Ben McLemore, and Chris Clemens. Aside from these 2 guys, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't win this series. Let's just see how things go. We are up 1, we are up 2, we are up 3. Let's just get the sweep, and we sweep the Houston Rockets in the first round, and we are taking on the Golden State Warriors, who, as always, have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green. They got James Wiseman. Okay, well that's gonna be this game's gonna suck. This series is going to suck. Eric Pascal, Kevin Looney, Damian Lee. Yeah, outside of their starting 6, they don't really have much. It's just this starting 5 that I'm mainly worried about. So we will just go ahead and start simulating. Nope, we are down 2. I do not like that. We are going to come in here. We are going to shorten the rotation. Ja is going to be playing 43 minutes a game, but we are trying to win. We are trying to beat the Golden State Warriors. So, we are going back and forth, and we lose by 4. I don't think we are going to win this game, I am going to do something that is very, very, very not good, which I'm going to make it a 7-man rotation, because everyone is going to be tired as crap. John Morant is playing 43 minutes, Theo's playing 34, Valanciunas 36, Brandon Clark off the bench is playing 32, and Dylan Brooks is playing 26. Like we're getting our best players out on the floor to try to win this game. I don't see it happening, but if it does, it would be fantastic. And yeah, they're in a lead, and we do not come back. We are eliminated. The Milwaukee Bucks are your NBA champions of the 2021 NBA playoffs. Giannis is your finals MVP. Just normal Giannis things, scoring an absurd amount of points in the playoffs. Not really absurd, but he had a lot of rebounds. But we will go ahead and zoom ahead to the offseason. The draft lottery this year, we are not going to have a low pick because we were the 2 seed. So we're just going to go ahead and skip ahead to the results. And yeah, our pick went to 24, but it apparently belongs to the Celtics. So, oh yeah, that's right, because we had that pick that jumped up to top 5 when it was protected. So they got our pick this year because we got that. I'm going to see if I can maybe trade up and maybe get like a mid-round first. So staff signings, the only thing I changed was our trainer. We picked up Sean Navarro, who has an A in training, which means we will have 3 training camps, which is very, very good, especially for a young developing team like we have. We made a couple trades before the draft. So we traded away Tyus Jones and our lottery protected first from 2023, and we picked up the Mavericks first round pick this year from the Knicks. We also traded Kyle Anderson, Dylan Brooks, and our first round pick in 2025. And we picked up the Pacers first round pick, and we picked up Shabazz Napier. During the draft, however, we traded away that Mavericks first round pick, and we also had a second from the Mavericks from some trade. And we picked up 2 first round picks from the Suns, one being lottery protected and one being top 10 protected. But we did pick up Scotty Barnes. He is a combo forward out of Tennessee. He's an inside scorer. He can shoot from 3, and he's an average defender. But he's got pretty good potential, so I think he could actually be something for us. So we have very much team player options. Like pretty much everyone on the team is on team player options. Obviously, we're going to pick up Ja. He's got 33 badges, and he's an 89 overall. Freaking ridiculous. Jaren Jackson Jr. we're going to pick up. Brandon Clark we're obviously going to pick up. Grayson Allen I'm not picking up. Matthew Hurt I am picking up. Because boo you, Grayson Allen. Matthew Hurt is pretty dang good. The qualifying offers. I'll extend it to Anthony Melton. Depending on how much cap we have, I might actually extend him a deal because he's actually pretty solid as a backup for us. Free agency is here, moratorium period, and we have enough for 1 max spot, it looks like. Now the question is, who do we go after? So obviously we need another small forward, another shooting guard, and another center. So do I go for the big splash and get someone who is a superstar, or a star at least, pay them a lot of money, and then fill out the rest of the roster with like not as good guys? Or do we take the money we have left and put it into 3 quality guys to be good rotational pieces? This is where it gets difficult. I'm done making my first round of contract offers to players, and looks like we're going to be able to sign all of them. So I extended offers to Dennis Schroeder, Kelly Oubre Jr., and Willie Cauley-Stein. We're going to give DeAnthony Melton a 3-year contract worth about $35 million. just because he's been on the team before. Free agency is finally over for me. I took way too long to do this. Player progression, Ja Morant is now 90 overall. He has A+ from 3, which is pretty sweet. Jaren Jackson is an 86. He's pretty good shooting also. Valanciunas is an 85. Theo Maledon jumped up to an 84. That is exactly what we wanted from him. Brandon Clark is an 83. Dennis Schroeder is an 83. Kelly Oubre is an 83. Shabazz Napier is an 80 because we moved in positions. We picked up Willie Cauley-Stein in free agency. I'm pretty sure I showed you all that. We brought back Anthony Melton. He got better. We picked up Kelly Olynyk as a third-string center just in case. We also picked up Javonte Green, who's surprisingly good at everything. We also picked up Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. There's Matthew Hurt and Scotty Barnes. So I might throw these two in the G League this year. So training camps, because we picked up Sean Navarro, and he had 3 training camps. We have 3. So untapped potential. Let's see what everyone's potential is at. I am going to throw 1 at Theo Maledon. He's now an A+. I'm going to throw the other one at Brandon Clark. He is now an A. Throw it on Matthew Hurt. Even though he's going to the G League, it might make his progression there even better. I will see you with the rotation at the start of the season. So we are here at the beginning of the 2022 season. I really hope, as I adjust my glasses once more, that we get this done. Our lineup this year looks like this: Ja Morant, Theo Maledon, Kelly Oubre, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Jonas Valanciunas. Off the bench, we got Dennis Schroeder, who has won 6th Man of the Year the past 2 years. I'm pretty sure that our bench is going to be pretty fine. Behind him, we got Brandon Clark, Shabazz Napier, and Willie Cauley-Stein. Rest of our bench guys, yeah. I did send Scotty Barnes and Matthew Hurt back to the G League because if this season we don't do well, then I'm going to blow this up and go completely unrealistic. For the 4th straight year, Giannis is your MVP, putting up Giannis numbers again. Rookie of the Year went to Bol Bol. I'm guessing this was the first year he actually played, and he is in Phoenix now, so good for them. Isaiah Stewart is 6th Man of the Year. That's probably why the Knicks kept beating us this year. I was wondering, as I was watching the sim, why do the Knicks keep beating us? And that might be why, because their 6th man was averaging almost 21 points a game. Kawhi, Defensive Player of the Year again. He went back to the Clippers. Most Improved went to Harry Giles. Good for him. And Coach of the Year was Brett Brown at 55 and 27. They were the first in the conference. Good for them. And our record of 51 and 31 was good enough to get us to be the 3 seed, and we will be taking on the Lakers. Season stats for us in year 3. Ja Morant has kept up his consistency. 21 points a game, 8 assists, 55, 47, 82. That is very, very good from him. Dennis Schroeder was our 6th man, and he was our 2nd highest scorer. Almost 19 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, almost a steal a game on 50, 39, 86 splits. That's pretty good for someone coming off the bench. Theo Maledon, not as many points per game because there were more shooters available. 16 points, 3 rebounds, almost 6.5 assists, almost a steal and a half a game. 48, 42, 75 splits. It's an improvement. Improvement is always good. Jaren Jackson, again, we had more shooters, but he was more efficient with 15.5 points, 4.8 rebounds, almost 2 blocks a game. 53 from the field, 46 from 3, and 84 from the free throw line. Before I play the Lakers, let's see if I reorder this. They have Kelly Oubre starting. They have Brandon Clark starting over Jaren Jackson. Okay, let's just take a look at the Lakers. They're starting Avery Bradley, this Aaron Wiggins guy, then LeBron, AD. They got Daniel Tice. They got Kuzma coming off the bench. They've got Nick Batum, Rudy Gay, DeMar Carroll. Yeah, they have 1, 2, 3, 4 players that are over 80 overall. Aaron Wiggins, maybe 5. I don't think I should be scared of them, but at the same time, it is LeBron and the Lakers, and we are down 2-1. We are down 3-1. Nope. Oh my God, I did not want to have to do this already. We're going to drop down to an 8-man rotation, switch it up. Jaren Jackson's back in the starting lineup. Let's simcast, and we will see how this goes. And it looks like we are holding our own, and we have been eliminated. It is right after the draft. I did trade. I made a few trades. Don't worry about that. I picked up this guy, Robin Bailey. He's a 6'11 small forward. His scoring isn't great, but his defense is fantastic. So maybe if I move him to power forward, his overall will go up. So free agency is over. I couldn't really make a whole lot of moves because I had to make a few signings. But we are here at player progression. Ja Morant is now a 93. Theo Maledon is an 89. Jaren Jackson Jr. is an 88. Valanciunas is an 86. Brandon Clark's an 85. Kelly Oubre is an 84. Bogey's an 83. Cauley Stein's an 80. Matthew Hurt is now an 80 overall. Sending him to the G League really helped out. Same with Scotty Barnes. He's now 79. Kelly Olynyk is a 79. Javonte Green's a 78. Robin Bailey, the guy that I drafted this year, I moved him to a power forward because of how tall he is. It overall went up 3 points. I call that a win. We are here at training camps again. Untapped potential. I will go ahead and send it to Triple J just because we want to get the most out of him that we possibly can. I'm going to send it to Brandon Clark because he's going to get a lot of playing time. Let's just send free throw to the entire team because it doesn't hurt, especially with how god-awful our free throw percentages can be. I am most likely going to be making a couple of big trades. So, first trade of many is going to be my first round pick from this year, Robin Bailey, and an unprotected first from the Phoenix Suns in exchange for PJ Washington and a 2027 first from the Charlotte Hornets. Instant upgrade at the position, something we definitely need, especially if we are going to try to make a playoff run. Next deal that I am making is Scotty Barnes, this 2023 unprotected first from the Jazz, and Kelly Olynyk for Tyrese Maxey and Jackson Hayes. Scotty wasn't getting any playing time, and having Tyrese Maxey behind Theo is going to be a pretty good backup position. And with Jackson Hayes, we're upgrading our backup center position over a 79 overall Kelly Olynyk anyways. So, deal is done. Our next move is to take Willie Cauley-Stein and a second from 2027 that I'm not going to use and get Jakob Poeltl from the Pacers. He's 1 overall bump, and I mean, we are dumping salary, but I don't really care about that at this point. This is going to be the last season anyways, so salary cap going forward doesn't really matter to me. Last year, last playoffs, last time we're going to see Giannis win MVP again. Zaire Wade, Rookie of the Year. D'Angelo Russell, 6-man. Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year. He plays for the Pistons. Amar Sia for the Nuggets. Oh, snap. Ja made it onto All-NBA second team? Wow. Okay. 28 points, 11 assists, a steal per game, 52, 46, 85. It's not as good as it was last year, but his scoring went up phenomenally. Okay, I was just going to write this season off as a big old failure, but I guess I didn't need to. So we end up as the 5 seed. We're going to be taking on the Lakers. We saw Ja. Theo had 22 points. He shot 51, 45, 80. Jaren Jackson had 15 points a game. Valanciunas had 12.5 and 9 rebounds a game. Brandon Clark, again, was ridiculously efficient. He was almost 50, 40, 90. So if he'd gotten more playing time, he probably would have gotten 50, 40, 90. But I'm not going to go too far into that because I am just trying to finish this up and get these boys a championship. We're going to cut down the rotation. Hopefully, we don't get bounced in the first round by the Lakers. They take one, they take two, they take three, and we take one, we take two, we take three. Oh my god, we were down 3-0, and we came back and won it. Suck it, LeBron. We're going up against the Rockets, who are the 1 seed. They ended up with KCP, Robert Covington, Hartenstein. Yeah, they have 1, 2, 3, 4 players on their entire team that are over 80 overall. I am not worried about this. Let's go ahead and simulate. They take 1, they take 2, we take 1, we take 2, they take 3, and we beat them in 7. That went a lot farther than I thought. Now we are taking on the Phoenix Suns. Spencer Dinwiddie, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Kyle Kuzma, DeAndre Ayton, Isaiah Jackson, Ayo Dosunmu, Ty Jerome. Yeah, they've got a much deeper team than we're used to going up against. So let's simcast it and see how it goes. Ooh, that wasn't a contest at all. We blow them out by 34. Okay, let's do that again. Let's destroy them again, boys. Come on. Come on. There we go. A nice, comfortable win. A 30-point win. Holy crap. 38 points in the first and second quarters. I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a single word. Not a dang word. No words coming out of my mouth. 43 points in the first quarter. And then we just went 29 the rest of the game. One last one. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't make me do anything. Come on. Come on, baby. Let's do this. Let's go. Yes! We are going to the finals. We swept them. We swept the Suns. And we are taking on the 1-seeded Boston Celtics, who have Kemba, Jaylen Brown, Jordan Nwora, Jason Tatum, Robert Williams, Gordon Hayward, Ashton Higgins, Daniel Tice, Romeo Langford, Grant Williams, and Diallo. Apparently he's still playing. I had no idea. Let's just see how this first game goes before I try to mess with the rotation or anything. It is looking like we are going to take it by a decent amount. Nice. Let's go for the second game. Because if we can... I spoke too soon. We are not going to sweep this. We came close to coming back, though. But that 40 points they scored in the first quarter was just enough. So, you know what? Just to be safe, let's knock this down to an 8-man rotation. Ja didn't get any more minutes, but the front court did. And that will definitely help things out. But let's get back to the Simcast. We're not going to be able to win the last game of the finals at home, but beating Boston in Boston will be pretty freaking sweet. 100%. So, we won that game. Simulating this next game is our hopefully last game at home of the finals, and we take it by 9. We score 40 points in the fourth quarter. This is going a lot better than I thought it was going to. Oh, God. Come on. Come on. Okay, we lose. Which is fine. Which is fine. We're going back home. We're going back home for Game 6. But because it worked surprisingly well last time, let's just do this. Yeah, Ja, I know you're tired, but we are one game away from a finals title. So let's just knock him out. Knock him out the box. There we go. I had written the season off 100%. I did not think that we would get anything close to this. And we did. It took 3 seasons. With the stuff that I had to work with, I did not think that I would be able to say that the Memphis Grizzlies are your NBA champions. Finals MVP? Ja Morant. Who else? Who else would it be? 30 points a game, 12 assists, and he shot 43 from 3. Good for him. That is going to do it for this one. It's definitely a longer one. Yeah, that's what happens when you have teams that in real life make not so great trades. So, till next time, I'm Ian, the Big Steez, signing off.